interest, the forex trading balance. For those who just need an extra confluence in whatever pair they are looking at, share it to them. All right, don't enjoy all this value being given alone. Okay, so as usual, I'm going to be looking at AUD USD and NZD USD. For those of us who have class in my face, Adegbeye, and I am a completely currency. Now I'll be starting from AUD USD on the weekly time frame, right? Our bearish buyers, those of you who joined our Tuesday session, you know that not much has really changed. Our weekly time frame is still bearish. Our daily time frame is still bearish. But is also bearish. Now, for those who joined that session, remember we're looking to sell AUD USD, and we had flipped this entire swing from point A to point B before this new move happened right here. And we were waiting for price to get to a premium level for us to now sell AUD USD. Premium level being between 61.80 to 50% fib level, right? And we said once price gets into this level, we're going to stay down. That level we look at, which we have here. I'm going to draw that out again because it hasn't played out yet. So you see the value, the levels we're looking at are very, very close to each other. They're very close to each other, right? But what happened? Price got to the 38.2% fib level and it dropped. Now, this happens when the trend, the current trend in play is a very forceful one. So most times it might not breathe all the way to give you a premium entry. It will just start at 8.2 and exactly what you see here. See, it even gave us a twin tower, tested at 8.2, and it just dropped. And so far it has done about 38. Okay, wow, 40 pips. So that's all about 40 pips and left us behind. Regardless, we're still going to it. Now, when it comes to using the Fibonacci tool to mark your swing and wait for a retracement, as long as that 100 to 0 level has not been broken over, then that swing is still very much in play, right? So you see now, these are points A, these are point B, 100 here, 0 here. Price hasn't broken below it. If price breaks below this Fibonacci level, which we have marked up, then we would say this Fibonacci swing is no longer valid. But as long as price is still within this zone, we're going to be waiting for price to into those premium levels, and then we are going to sell AUD USD. What happens if it breaks below? You wait, because that break will now be the formation of a new swing, which you'd want to mark up your premium levels on. Is that clear? If that's clear, let me know. Tell me it's clear. We're together. Let me know. I don't want to be talking to myself. I need to ensure we are all together. Right? So one more time, as long as this Fibonacci level isn't broken, thank you. As long as it is not broken below, it is still very much valid. Once it is broken below, we'll then wait to see the formation of a new swing and then look for premium levels to enter the trade from. Now we're going to look at NZD USD. Very similar to my guy AU. Bearish, you see clear bearishness. Daily time frame bearish. Now, what USD could sell into? We're going to go back and look at AUD USD as well. Where is the next possible level that NZD USD could and gives us a possible new entry? Now we have one here. Price has already broken this low right here. So right here, there's even a fair value gap, although it looks like price has already tapped it. So we're going to draw two levels down here. This is point one of where NZD USD could trade into before it reverses. Another entry or another level where NZD USD could trade into before it then reverses is right here. So if NZD USD doesn't give, sorry, if NZD USD keeps trading below, it's just going to keep selling all the way till it comes to this point here, right? It's going to trade all the way to this level. 4-hour time frame as well is very much bearish. I'll just quickly delete those diagrams so that our charts are not clustered up. Okay, so we're still very bearish here as well. 2-hour time frame, the same thing. We did a very similar analysis on this guy with AUD USD, and we marked up this level. we marked up this level. Now for this guy, that's already broken below the Fibonacci. So you see that those levels we're looking at now for price to retrace into on this particular swing are going to have to wait. Now, price will, the thing with price, it always looks for fair value gaps to fill or liquidity points to tap into to continue its trend. So it has broken below this level, right? Next thing is to wait for it to go back into fair value gaps. The next thing is to wait for it to go into fair value gaps, and then, oh, so sorry about that. And then we're going to continue selling NZUSD, right? If it doesn't come back now, it's going to form a new swing. And on that swing, we're going to be looking for fair value gaps. We're going to be looking for premium levels, 50, 61.8% fib level. And then we'll continue to sell NZUSD till it gets to those levels, which we think is going to reverse from. Then when it gets to those levels, we could then wait and reanalyze and see if we want to trade the retracement, which would then be the formation of a new trend, or stay out and wait for everything to play out. But yeah, for now, we're going to be watching out for sell opportunities on NZUSD and AUDUSD. So I'm going to quickly touch upon AU to see the next possible area for AUDUSD to trade into. Where is the next magnet here for price to go to? Right here. Right here. So price could sell all the way in here before it now decides to either begin to form higher high and higher low structures, which could then eventually impact the higher time frame, or it could just keep breaking and keep going below, right? I hope that's clear on EU and NZUSD. The next pair I'll be looking at is USD CAD. Now, remember, those of you who joined Tuesday's session, we were shorting USD CAD, and the short was some sort of catching the retracement because our daily structure is to the upside, right? So what did we see that made us catch that USD CAD sell? We had seen this rejection point with so many liquidity being formed here, right? But because this guy had already rejected this level so many times, we went in for a sell to catch very little. And remember, I had said 40 pips, right? We used basic market structure to enter this trade. And you can see how we tapped into it sweetly, right? This was our sweep that we marked up. And this was the other BMS, which we marked up right here, right? And we entered, the sell would have triggered from here. For me, the sell triggered around this level. The moment it tapped into this, right? And it has done 45 pips thereabouts. So I'm already out of this trade. 48 pips actually. It has done 48 pips, right? So USD CAD sell, and I hope some of you took advantage of this. We analyzed it here together and we pointed out the sell on USD CAD. So now that the 40 pips target has been achieved, going back to the weekly time frame to do another fresh top-down analysis to see our next possible areas of interest. So what do we see on USD CAD weekly time frame? Our equal highs and lows are still very much in place. So all of the highs, all of the ups and downs we're seeing are in some sort of range, right? Price seems to, it's about to break through this level, but this level is not really clear on the daily time frame, on the weekly time frame rather. So let's look at the daily. On the daily time frame, we have consecutive structures being formed to the upside. Now, my boss had pointed out this box strategy here for those who joined Tuesday session. He pointed out this box strategy, which is another area we should be looking at. So we have a shoulder, a sweep, break down below, and then we're expecting price to trade back into the other block, which is right here. Take note of these levels we're marking, guys. Endeavor to take note of them and take advantage of them when they eventually play out. Right? So we have our shoulder here on the daily time frame. From here, from where price currently is to where we expect USD CAD to trade into, it is over 90 pips, right? So we're going to be watching out for USD CAD. Going into, this might not happen before the end of the week. So going into next week, we're expecting USD CAD to keep buying, and this is going to be our point of interest. When price taps into these levels, when price trades into them, we're going to be looking to do what? Sell USD CAD. But now we have over 100 pips they're about to go. And that's pretty much it for commodity currencies. That's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any question. Do you have any question based on what was just said now? As an extra emphasis, our bias on AU and NZUSD is still to the downside. We're going to be waiting for retracements first, for retracement or formation of new swings for us to now trade AU and NZUSD to the downside. For USD CAD, we still have bullish moves to the upside, about 100 pips that we're looking at before it trades into this box pattern that has been formed here. And we're going to be selling USD CAD. Pretty straightforward, pretty basic. Right? Okay, so when this eventually plays out and we see specific step-by-step approaches to what we want to see, we are going to drop them down in our VIP group where we drop our signals. So you should take advantage of that group. You're not paying a dime to be a part of that group. You're basically funding your account. You're basically funding your Octa account, sending us proof, and we're giving you our signals for free. I know I don't think you see much signal. People will give trade calls. I don't like using the word signal. I prefer trade calls. And I don't think people usually do that for free, right? So you should take advantage of that. And for this box strategy pattern, which just formed here, we are going to be having the training next week on the 4th and 5th of April. So endeavor to join. You have no reason why you should miss that training. You have absolutely no reason. You're not paying a dime. We're giving you all of this value for free. So take advantage of it. Okay, now I've asked for questions and there are no questions, right? So I'm going to take your silence as no questions. But was this helpful? Thank you, boss. I saw boss BOSS. Thank you. Was this helpful? Let me know in the chat box, please. Was this helpful or was it a waste of your time? Great, good to know. Okay, good to know. All right, so the flyer has been dropped down in the chat box. Please share this flyer to as many people as possible. Share it to some trading groups if they allow that as part of their guidelines. Please share it there. Share on your status, your stories, to friends. Share it. All right. I love the interaction today. Thank you all. And here I'm going to hand over to my colleague to come take us through the pairs that he trades. All right. See you soon in 30 minutes. In 1 minute. Sorry about that.
Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to the second session of this London session, Market Color. So I have a question here from Edibo Lawrence. I've been trying to deposit in my Okta accounts, but it keeps reversing. So there are 2 things I want you to do. Ensure you are verified, ensure the account is verified, and then the second thing you want to do is follow the instruction, especially for bank. If you're doing a bank transaction, bank transfer, just follow this instruction, the specific instruction, follow it cover to cover, right? Don't try to change anything. And if bank transfer is giving you issues or problem, you can also deposit through crypto, right? USDT, TRC20, you can use that for a swift deposit, and in less than 0 to 30 seconds, you will see your deposit reflect. Okay. Can I chat? I'm seeing another question. Can I chat the admin on Telegram? Having a challenge changing my IV. Of course, you can go ahead and do that. Just send us a message on Telegram. We'll attend to that also, right? One of the things you want to do concerning changing of IB, it's actually very simple. All you have to do is mail their support at octafx.com, and just tell them you want to change your IB to the new IB, which is just a link, the same link for registration that I've been dropping. All you have to do is just copy that link. I want to change my IB to this. Simple, and that's all. And they will respond back to you and get back to you on that end. It's a very easy process. Shouldn't take up to even say 5 minutes, right? So welcome back, everybody. And today I'll be going through the chart, analyzing indices. That's the US 30, NAS 100, and S&P 500. And also, if there's time, check through some currency pair that I'm currently looking at in the market for now. So a quick one into the chart. Okay, I believe everybody can see my screen. So quickly, let's get into NAS US 30 for a start. From daily time frame, you can see what I've been shouting since last week and beginning of this week. That we are bullish. We are bullish. Every sell opportunity has been every sell to the downside has been an opportunity to buy at a discount price to the upside, because, like I've been saying, the fundamental are backing up US stocks. Fundamental are backing it up. And one of the interesting things I read yesterday from a book, right, was that you can go ahead to read the book, Global Micro Trading, is that whenever there's US election approaching, a year before that, and even the year of that election, you see all the stock begin to rally. That's your US 30, Dow Jones, and also NASDAQ. You see all of them pushing to the upside because of the probably tension around the new election coming up. So we've been saying that happening since last year, right? Since October last year, we've seen price rally to the upside. And in that book, it's and this is not just mere guesswork. That's from research and historic data that's proved over the year. It's proven over the year that whenever we are in election period, election season, we see price tend to rally up. The US 100 tends to rally up. The US 30 tends to rally to the upside. And after the election, the first year and second year after the election, we tend to see a cool down, right? A cool off of those rally prior to the election. So that's one of the fundamentals that's backing this up, and also the release of earnings reports from all these AI associated companies. So anything AI, investors are pulling in funds to make sure they drive that frontier. And so we are seeing that reflect in price delivery. What's the name of the book again? Global Micro Trading by Greg Gleaning, right? Yeah, so Greg Liner. So you want to check out the book. It's a very good one. So from daily time frame, we are seeing that price has been bullish to the upside. And like I said yesterday, you don't want to be caught in the sell position for now. You have to be extremely skilled at what you do for you to start selling US 30, right? You have to be extremely good at scalping. Scalping, that's the word. You want to scalp in out. In fact, there's no reason for you to swing any position, any sell position for now. Of course, except if you're a position trader, meaning you're trading to hold the position for a year or two. And if you're doing that, I believe even if you're doing that, you should have hit stop loss since last year. So global micro, exactly. Thank you so much. Greg Glynn, there's G before the LINER. Sorry. So for it, we are seeing the same thing again. But the interesting thing about this US30 is that from market, if you're going to use the normal entry technique for market structure and liquidity, we might not have been able to take any advantage of this rally to the upside. However, there are other entry technique model we have on the floor here that allows to take advantage of several market conditions. One of which we've heard about even from my colleague. You'll be hearing things like base. Yes. So in this market condition, the application of base strategy, if you want to know more about that, of course, you should register using FX Bootcamp. You should register for FX Bootcamp and you get all the ideas about that. If you should go with the route of base strategy, right? There's every 100% opportunity, right? Lying right before my eye, yeah, for US30 because of the way its price action has been recently. Market structure and liquidity might not have seen a lot of setup, especially when it comes to higher time frame H1, H2, and H4. However, we are seeing something form which is interesting. It's quite interesting because, as you all know, most of the times we don't actually just trade the market random. We want to trade our setup in the market. So if market structure and liquidity is not giving us enough setup, we can as well also go to other proven strategy to get setup from them, as long as it aligns with the market. So for this rally to the upside, we'll have capitalized on this move. We might not have seen anything from this place, right? Or this place, we might not have seen anything. And even trading from this place is not too clear. Of course, we have the higher time frame backing that we are bullish, but I want to also keep in mind that we are not in control of this market. So market can as well from this place begin to turn to the downside. So in this range, we might not have seen anything to buy or to sell. Just keep hands folded and then watching how the market will react. But what do we see? We saw the price range there and then we saw it break out to the upside, right? We saw it pushing back to the upside and then a retest of this level. And what happened next? We want to see a base. We saw a base formation happen here live on the H1 time frame, which is very solid. It's very, 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 very solid, right? A base formation happened here, and then what do we see next? We saw that long candle, right? Filled all of this imbalance and then even tapped into another block. Not even tapped, enter the other block and then continue pushing, right? So this is one thing. This is how we would have maximized this if we're on the chart when it happened. This is around 8 p.m., 8 p.m. from yesterday. So I wasn't on the chart to even see this happen, but immediately I saw it this morning. It was there's a clear idea of why it happened. So one thing I'll be looking at for today for US30 is also see how it's going to react. For some times now, the momentum have not been there like the usual ones we've been seeing throughout last week, all of those push and long candles. However, we also want to wait and see how price reacts to this level. Once I see a clear entry signature for a buy to the upside, I tell you guys I'm taking this long. I'm going long on this. Fully aware of the high time frame bias, right? Which is a bullish movement to the upside. So that's all about US30. Probably the same thing on NAS 100. Probably the same thing on NAS. Right? Okay. The same thing on the S&P 500. Sorry. No, NAS now. Price action are quite different. They're quite different. However, all of them, their price action is not the same, but US30 and S&P 500 is quite almost say 70, 80% correlation in terms of price movement, right? While we wait for our network to be back, I apologize for that. It's been an interesting one with our internet service provider for some weeks now. But this is Nigeria. We hope things get better. So while we're waiting for that to happen, okay, that's actually happened. So we saw this push to the upside, right? Interesting. We saw this push to the upside. Okay. For S&P 500, I think I'm seeing a setup for S&P 500. What will I expect price to do? I just want price to come down to this place. This is quite, if it does that, I think I'll go long on this. It's a very good size on the position, right? I'm expecting price to come clear this structural liquidity for it to continue to the upside. Why am I expecting that? Because we saw price swept through the previous low, which gives us an idea of that to be a very strong structure point for price to hold, right? It's an ideology, not just random. It's not just random. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what happened here? We saw price pierce through this previous low, which is the kind of the recent low, right? Price slashed through this recent low. Even this, yes, cleared every single thing to the left hand side, right? And which makes this point to be a very strong point. We expect it to hold at least for it to deliver at least 1:3 setup or 1:2 setup minimum before, if it's going to eventually get violated, then it's going to get violated. But however, we expect price to at least deliver that to us first before it moves. And this is not just saying it blindly. We've seen it happen over and over again live on this market color, right? We expect this point to hold, right? We expect this point to hold. The price should not violate this our low. Here now becomes our structural liquidity. This point becomes my structural liquidity. I want price to take this place out out first. If price eventually do that, then I'll start buying to the upside. We want to remember that the higher time frame structure is still in our favor for a buy. H4, H2, daily, and even weekly time frame, they are all in support of a buy to the upside. They are all in support of a buy to the upside. So I want to do this, at least I'll take home 1:2 first. Let me start 1:2. Let me start 1:2. It's like 70 pips SL, right? What am I looking for in this setup? Ultimately, my ultimate take profit is here, clearing this new high, right? Which is 1:6.3. So 1:6. So this is what I'm looking at for S&P 500, right? Don't know if price is going to come all the way down to this place, or fingers are crossed, looking at what price will do. And if eventually it does that, then we are going to, go long on S&P 500. Like you all know, let me show us from the daily time frame. Interesting. On the daily time frame, we can see all we see is a straight movement to the upside. Price is clearly trending. And when price is trending, you just want to follow the trend. This is not when you want to counter trade, right? Daily is trending. H4, the same thing. H4 is showing clearly the same thing, right? The same thing. Price creating multiple higher highs and higher lows to the upside, right? So are we expecting, if eventually so something can happen again, which is quite interesting, right? On this H4, we see an order block here. So most likely there are two scenarios that can happen. And the first one is price just tapping into this order block. So the first scenario is price tapping into this other block and then starts to move to the upside. However, I've seen over time, when I see setup like this, the other block gets violated. But sometimes it holds too. So but we can see probably price tap into this guy and then continue to move to the upside. In that case, I might not trade, and I might not take any pips from this trade at all. I'll just watch, and then if there's an opportunity to continue to follow it to the upside after seeing that move, of course I'll do that. Or the second scenario is price will just tap into this other block, a little retracement, say 30 40 pips or even 20 pips, and then still come back to violate the other block, tap into this, and then begin to push to the upside. So these are two scenarios I'm looking forward for price to do. However, want to know this will only hold if price trade to the downside, right? And this confluence is in alignment with our fib. If you're going to use fib, right, for those that love fib, we're going to use fib. You see it's in a discount level. You're buying from a discount. So if that will give you a level of confidence again to go for the long, you're buying from a discount position, even 88.6, somewhere around there. So if that holds true, then we want to ride this setup to the upside, right? This will be my final, yes, probably my final take profit. I'll close probably 80% of my position, allow the 20 to run so that price can do a new discovery, and then maximize the entire move. So guys, that'll be all for today on S&P 500 on indices, actually, right? If you have any question as regards to indices, as regards to US 30, as regards to S&P 500, you can begin to ask in the chat box. I'm seeing the answer. Okay. EOA said global micro, not micro, it's macro. Macro trading, not micro. So guys, if you have any question, you can ask in the chat box, any inquiry. And before I go, I would like to say that like my colleague has earlier mentioned, these trade calls are sent to a dedicated group, to our private channel, where we give out specific entry, specific exit, and specific SL to this trade, right? To this trade. So if you want to be a part, not if you would like to be a part of that, you want to be in that group, right? All you have to do is to follow the 3-step process that's already in the chat box, or we posted in the chat box where it's already there. So you just follow the 3 process. You click on the link below to create a trading account with Okta. The link is right there. And then you fund your account with at least 500, 200, 3,000, 5,000, as high as $20,000, right? Fund that account. And the next thing you want to do is send us a proof of funding you send it to our Telegram group, of course, and in less than 3 to 5 minutes, somebody from the team is going to respond to you, and you'll be added to that group. I'd like to mention once again that block strategy is coming up. The training is coming up. It's absolutely free for those that have been asking, okay, I want to learn about block strategy. I've used it. I want to learn the in-depth concept of it. Is happening right next week, 4th to, yes, starting on the 4th, I guess, starting on the 4th. The flyer is in the chat box already. You want to maximize that. Opportunity, the 4th to 5th. You want to maximize that opportunity. The instructions are there for you to follow, and you'll be added to that group, right? The box strategies training is coming up. It's absolutely free. And it's not free because we want to be free. It's free because our preferred broker has paid for every single one of the participants, right? Okta paid for this. It's powered by the Okta, and so you want to enjoy that. And if you're going to be taking the free box strategy training, I think it will be very honest of you to also register with the broker that is sponsoring this event. Right? That means you want to open an account with Okta and then move your funds to Okta, right? So that you can learn and trade from the training they are going to be sponsoring. I have a question here from Baba Aliu. I don't know how to trade stock. Is it the same? It's not the same way currency is traded, right? Stock is moved by a lot of fundamental. Their principle are almost the same, but then you want to lean more to what the fundamental is saying, right? Because things, just one single company in any report can begin to drive up the entire NASDAQ price, and you'll be wondering what is happening, right? For the last 2-3 weeks now, Nvidia earning report alone single-handedly drove price off the roof. So these are things you want to pay attention to when you're trading stock. You want to be, except you want to scalp, right? For long-term swing, you want to pay attention to what is happening fundamentally, right? It's not really any different from currency, but then you want to lean more. Your technical has to be solid, your fundamental have to be super solid, so you can blend both and then make sense of what is happening in the market. Any other question, guys? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question we have for us this morning? You might have for us this morning. So another thing I want to bring to your notice is about our bots, right? Our bots are still available. Those not having time, or you might not be able to, give that time you need, that trading needs. You might not be able to commit that time, but you have the fund. You can as well purchase any of our bots through EA and Dr. Bills, and then fund your account and place these bots on those accounts. They've been doing massively well, right? So you want to do that, reach out to our WhatsApp contact to be typed in the comment section in the chat box. You can ask your question, ask your inquiry about those bots, and then somebody from the team, of course, our customer representative is going to reach out to you and then give you the best service possible. Any other question for us this morning? Any other question? If you have any other question for us, you can go ahead. In the absence of no question, we'll be calling this a day while we convert again by 3 p.m. today for the New York market color section, where we're going to do a recap of everything that happened in the London session, and then we'll see if there's another trade opportunity for us in the market. Oluwaseyi Oni said, if you're interested in stock, begin with knowing your candlestick properly. That's fantastic. That's true. That's very true. Right? So thank you so much, guys, for today. We'll see you in the New York session by 3 p.m. Cheers and God bless. Thank you, everybody.